What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. Listen, this time, honey, I am back for a recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is for season 6. I will have the episode number in the description. This episode was boring as hell. It was boring. It didn't really start getting interested until I saw the scene with Marceau and Martell. But yeah, this episode was a reminder of the power couple that Melody and Martell was when this show first started. At least the first 2 to 3 seasons, even with them going through a divorce, their chemistry is unmatched. Tisha and Marceau, y'all could never. Y'all are so damn boring. There's no like roles. Like with Melody and Martell would, tend to the kids, and Melody would be out handling the meetings. Martell was on the business front with Melody too, but she was the great speaker. Like there were roles, right, within that marriage, even though it dissolved, even though it did not work out. And that's why I hate Martell sometimes, because I'm like, nigga, you had it in the bag, right? Like you had it made. Beautiful wife. She could speak good. Melody ain't perfect, right? But nobody is. But it's just like, why would you like ruin everything? But he's, he ignorant, he immature. But Martell said something, and I hope I'm correct when I say this, but I think he said something along the lines when he was talking to Marceau. He said something like, yeah, him and Tisha, they would never be, on me and Melody's level. He said something within that range, and I was just looking at him like, yeah, they will never be. You could tell they try to compete, they try to take the Holtz spot, but y'all can't. Even when Melody and Martell are into it, they're arguing and they're passionate, right? It's more interesting than watching Tisha and Marceau get along. Like they just have a chemistry, whether they are together, whether they are separated. Like it's nothing like them. Kimmy and Maurice, like they have gotten kind of boring to me. It's like I'm over all this sex talk. I don't care. Like, get this nigga a blow up dial with a light bulb in it and just call it a damn day. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, girl, it's too much. But I was kind of like, I think the last episode was good to me. It was pretty funny. So I guess I could forgive these people, honey. Okay. And it looked like the next episode, though, that Brother Tucker is going to be all the way live with Kiki, like throwing that drink on Tisha the way that she did. Like, child, that shit was good. Because I didn't see it coming. But you got to be quick, when you're throwing drinks. So when I tell you, I was like, baby. And Tisha was at that table trying to give Kiki the cold shoulder. She was trying to ignore her and like treat her like she wasn't even there. And it's like, Tisha, that's what you get. That is what you get, honey. So basically the episode is about Martell is offended by Marceau's apparent lack of respect towards him. See, this is the thing with Martell, and I've told you all this before. Marceau feels like he's better than Martell because Martell went out and got his side chick pregnant, and he damaged and destroyed his marriage. Right? That's pretty superficial. He has taken that situation and made it into Martell's identity. And that's not all of who Martell is. And y'all know I cannot stand Hook-headed. Okay, I cannot, but I have to be honest when I say he was one of the reasons why I like the show. Like, when this show first started, I instantly took to him and Melody. That was my couple. If they was not on here, like, I wouldn't be reviewing this, you guys, because the rest of them, trash. I see they bringing Chris and Neil on. I'm interested in seeing more of them. We got Tisha. She's helping her daughters to be these moguls for their business. It just wasn't giving. It just looked like you're copying off of what you done seen Melody do. You know, and I'm not at all saying that Tisha can't do something with her daughters. I do applaud the fact that, you know, she's teaching them about entrepreneurship. But even Marceau was just like, how do you have this set up? Like, this isn't really even a proper assembly line. Like, girl, what are you doing, honey? And she looked at him like, Marceau, you got a die soul. Like, don't be telling me what to do with our daughters. Like, but I was with Tisha when she was like, well, we have to baby step it because they are kids. We don't want them to get too bored with what they are doing. You know, we got to give them a little snack. We got to give them a break here or there. So I like that Tisha is aware that she's working with children. But the scene still was just, it just was not giving. We had Kimmy visiting the friend. When I tell you, I'm going to have to like rewind to even see what they were talking about. I was just bored. I was just like, I don't know. I just want Kimmy to talk about something else. Like, talk about you being in real estate, you liking interior design. Like, I just want to see more from Kimmy other than life after breast cancer. And I do want to hear about that journey, right? Because that is her story. That is, you know, her storyline and what's going on. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. I just have an issue with it being linked to Maurice and sex and how you go figure out how you go please him. Like, girl, take me out the group chat with that, okay? And then we got the Scotts. They shoot this promotional video for their fundraiser my ass. It sounds like another scam, okay, that Todd set up for y'all to come to us with this bullshiggity. Like, it just looked like one big scamming ass scene. Come and gamble with us at Black for casino night. You're not going to win. Tisha and Marceau are going to be the winners. Why do y'all think it took them so long to get the shit right? I'm just saying. Why do y'all think it took that long? Because they're not telling the truth. They're not really into what they're doing. Here go Tisha. Man, acting, you know, it's really hard. Like, it's so difficult. Bitch, I've been performing since I was 12. You ain't did shit. I done did full-blown monologues in front of an audience. I done spoke to high school students, college students. Like, the girl used to perform, okay? And it's just like, Tisha, you're not even doing anything. And yes, I didn't shot a little commercial up in school, but I had my shit more together than them. Like, whatever they did, you guys, I promise to God. I know y'all sitting there like, come on, Tisha, that wasn't that hard what y'all was doing. It was just like, y'all are whack. And then you got Marceau going so hard on Martell, and I did this for you. I did that. What did you do for me? It's like, nigga, you are on camera right now because of me and my ex-wife. Put some respect on my name. Okay? That's how Martell should have like cut into his ass. Because I was sick of hearing them going back and forth. You got people on social media, they dragging Martell. Well, he lying and he was stuttering. I don't even care. We are watching this show because of Melody and Martell. Period. We're not watching because the Scotts are interesting. You got Marceau. He has to literally crack these stupid jokes to be relevant, to be funny. And I give Marceau that. He is a little funny. Like, I give him that. But, nigga, we be mostly laughing at you, not with you. It's just like, this is Melody and Martell's show. I'm sorry. They are what keeps this interesting. And this episode, really proved it. I love Kiki on the show. I know some of y'all don't like Kiki, but I am here for Kiki. But, honey, let's get off into it because I done pretty much, honey, then summed everything up, honey. Now I just got to go back around and, talk about everything. So the episode starts out with Martell in his confessional. Baby, I love that damn suit he had on. I said, you better, nigga. You better. I love it. Is that like a light cream, you guys? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments on what color it is. It's not white. It's like an off-white. I like that color. He wore that. Okay, you did that, hook-headed. But he just in his feelings because he's sick of people like Marceau that, they don't want to acknowledge all that you have done for them. And I know, guys, for me, this really hit me hard because I've did so much for certain people in the past. And to hear some of the things that they have said about me, oh, you never did nothing for me. Excuse you? Wasn't it my car that got you back and forth to work and wherever you needed to go? Okay, helped your mother out too. So I am with Martell. Put some respect on my name. I didn't have to help you out. I had an old friend I would give business ideas to. This person was, you guys, just a regular person. They just worked 9 to 5. They knew nothing about entrepreneurship. They knew nothing about reading. I'm an avid reader. I love audiobooks. I do a lot of studying. And I'm really interested in what I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? So it's not work for me. I could listen to audiobooks all day in my spare time. So I educated this person on a lot of different philosophies on life and finances and entrepreneurship, and you should do this and you should do that and you could do it like this, and and yeah, the person, they acted like Marceau. I did more for you than what you done did for me. And no, I made sure you did for me. Okay. When I'm dealing with people, I always make sure that there is something in it for me because I know how I give. And it's not just through finances. If all you got to give somebody is some money, then that ain't nothing. Because ideas is everything. Okay? And this person even began copying my way of being, my way of talking, using my vocabulary words. It's just see, you can't copy off of me and steal certain ideas, okay, and then try to take all the credit. It just don't work out that way. You don't do people like that. But yeah, I'm with Martell. I think that Marceau has made the whole baby mama, Ariane Curry, you cheated on your wife. He has made that Martell's identity. So when it comes to the business stuff, it's just yeah, I'm just doing so much more than you, and I'm just doing this, but Marceau, my nigga, you are in court being sued for millions of dollars. So there is something, my nigga, you are doing wrong. And we have heard from several people, the business lady, the barber, I heard those conversations of them dragging you and you unprofessional and you took the money and ran. We see you doing another scam with this whole bet on black casino night. And then y'all sit up here playing with the people, honey, playing in the people face, talking about you trying to build a damn home. And child, you building homes for who? Y'all don't even have y'all damn home. How the hell you trying to help somebody else build a home? Okay, like make nothing that y'all do make sense. Scott Manor still is not built. You are still remodeling your home. Y'all living in an apartment. Tisha don't know when Scott Manor is going to be finished. Like, y'all shit is all over the place. It is confusing. And I told y'all, God is not the author of confusion. Tisha and Marceau is, honey. Okay? Chris Fletcher called Martell Mayweather. I was cracking up. Okay? Your ass need to be moving up out them people's house, Martell. Damn. We have finally launched the Macy and Mila products. I'm so proud of my daughter. You know, it's just like, Tisha, shut your ass up. Y'all out here spending all this money and you still ain't went to summer school so you can learn how to talk, girl. And she just kept saying Espo during the whole damn episode. I was rolling my eyes and sucking my damn teeth, saying to myself, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. That's the one thing my mother used to always tell me and my brother, honey, before she let us out the car. And now I see what she mean. Okay? I'm so happy we got so many sales in. I'm going to have the girls pack up the orders and do what Mel do on live. Her and Stormy, you know, I couldn't think of this type of thing on my own. So what I would do is, you know, I just copy off of people and I take all the credit. I know them daughters is like, bitch, we know you got all this shit from Melody, girl. Okay? The girls are cute, but they just look way too much like Marceau. It was like, damn, where the hell are Tisha's jeans? Okay? Like, did Marceau give birth to these damn kids? I have never seen girls that look so much like their father. Okay, like, damn. MJ, the boy, he looked just like Marceau. The girls looked just like Marceau. It was like, damn, Tisha, was you in the bed that night, girl? Okay. Me and my daughters, we've been working on this for the past 4 to 5 years. Yeah, because that's just how long it would take to watch and see what Melody is doing, honey, to learn all the tips and tricks from Melody. So, yeah, I bet it did take 4 to 5 years. Okay? This bitch copies everything. She didn't copy Melody's business logo, the mommy business thing, when Melody had the whole Embrace skincare. Y'all know about that? She just copies everything. Everything. So Marceau, he comes in and takes over, okay, because we know who run this marriage. Ain't no partnership up over here. You just got one nigga in charge, okay? And it only take one nigga to fuck up everything that you didn't work for, okay? No pun intended, but I'm just saying. So the girls, they have over 175 orders. Marceau gets on Tisha talking about, it looks like you and Angela, y'all the ones that's doing all the work. Well, they are the adults, you idiot. Okay, like, child, the way Marceau was looking at them girls, like, yeah, I'm gonna hire y'all for my next sweatshop business. Okay, Macy and Mila, y'all need to run and fast away from your crazy ass father. Okay, well, they're not working hard enough. And Tisha was like, I had to give them a break. They kids. You do have to do kids like that. They're not like an adult where they have the discipline to keep doing all the work. Hell, most adults don't have the damn discipline to keep working when the shit is hard and difficult, you know? So I was like, ugh, Marceau, you don't understand nothing, okay? So they began talking about the Black Business Expo. Tisha brought it up. She said that she did not appreciate the negative feedback. It wasn't negative. People was just telling you what you can improve upon. When you're dealing with somebody that has low self-esteem and low self-confidence, it's very like almost like impossible to talk to them because every little thing is an attack. Everything hurts their feelings. It's like you're not dealing with a adult, you're like dealing with the inner wounded child. Okay? Marceau claims that all the things that the people complained about, he plans on correcting. You ain't gonna do shit. You have too much of an ego, Marceau, to take anybody seriously, honey, outside yourself. How do you feel about the conversation that took place between you and Stormy? The question he should be asking you, Tisha, is why you didn't jump in and say, don't call my husband a bitch, because you was on mute. Now, she tried to play it off in the scene that, oh, I like Stormy. Yeah, but you shouldn't have been, you should have checked her right then and there. All this shit afterwards, no, you check it on site. Okay? You pull her ass over like you the police on site, not 2 days later, not a month later, no. So Marceau gets to talking about Stormy's energy the whole time she was at the meeting. She was cutting him off. When she came in, she didn't hug him or really greet him, and she doesn't respect you. Okay? Shit, I could have told you that much. Child, I was cracking up when he had called them Mr. and Mrs. Steele. And Courtney was like, you do recognize, honey, that I'm Beasley and she's Steele. That damn Marceau is a fool. So we see the conversation that Tisha and Stormy had. This is after the town hall meeting. And she basically tells Stormy she doesn't like that, she's calling her husband a bitch. And I'm like, you should have checked that like that day. But Tisha didn't want the problems, okay? So I didn't like Stormy's response. Well, I come from a family. Girl, don't nobody care what family you done came from. Miss Betty go have you get your ass whooped. Okay, probably not by Tisha, but if you go around calling anybody else's husband a bitch, then you may, get them problems. But yeah, I didn't like all this over explanation about how you grew up and, well, we just nah. It's unacceptable. And it's not about your family anymore. You are a grown woman. So as soon as somebody say they don't like something, that's it. You take accountability for it. You move on. You don't need to bring up your family's legacy and how y'all deal with stuff collectively. This is an individual issue. Marceau mentioned that he felt like Stormy kept calling him a bitch because she wanted him to react. I agree with that. And I agree with Marceau with like, I'm not going to give you, what you looking for. I'm not even going to play into it. So that's how I look at that. We also see the footage of Stormy talking to Tisha and asking her to calm Marceau down when he's getting sassy. She ain't gonna do shit. Like, girl, Tisha barely can advocate for her damn self in her marriage, let alone you. So Tisha gets on Marceau for how he was coming at Stormy, and she's like, well, is there anything you can do to, not poke the bear? And then he begins telling her like, oh, I didn't do anything, in the situation. I didn't do anything wrong. I would handle it all the same way. That's that narcissism, like can never be accountable and responsible for their bad behavior. Like I said, he ain't gonna change. Okay, he ain't gonna change. He has the last word. That's how you know this marriage isn't a partnership, because how many times on Married to Medicine did we see Dr. Damon kind of, get at Heavenly, babe, don't say that. Don't do that. You've seen it with Eugene and Toya. Toya, calm down. Like, he redirected her. There's no partnership with the two of them. She can talk to him, but he literally doesn't value her opinion. She's his wife. She's his better half. And it's a good representation of showing you that people can be married for years and they're not even friends within the marriage, where their significant other values, like how they feel about things. Because she was like, oh, well, I really like Stormy. I would like for you to work on that. And he said out of his mouth, that's a relationship that I don't really value, though. So basically, it's all about me, and forget about you and how you feel about Stormy. That's it. So next we have Kimmy and her friend Andrea. Andrea comes to visit Kimmy at her house. They're drinking some lemonade. They began talking about Kimmy's sex life, and I'm just like, oh. So Kimmy begins telling her about the bike ride that her and Maurice went on. So Kimmy mentions to Andrea that Maurice feels like Kimmy is in her head about this whole dilemma of getting back on track with having sex. And see, once again, you are with a man that is not in tune with you. Like, when somebody really loves you, they are in tune with you. They are listening to you. And what I see with the Scott brothers is they don't really like listen and hold space and take in what their spouse is saying. It's just like, no. I'm gonna tell you what to think. And see, that's why I had said, and one of you all got mad that I had mentioned that I feel like Maurice is a bit narcissistic. And one of you all began saying, well, you're saying that about everybody. And I don't say that everybody is a narcissist, number one. I'm not that person. But I am the person that if I see something, I'm going to call it out. And I'm just kind of calling it out how I see it. I did not feel like Maurice was narcissistic until like this whole situation with Kimmy and the cancer. Other than that, I never narcissistic. It didn't pop up when I thought about Maurice. I said maybe he had some toxic ways, but I never thought of him as being narcissistic. I see him like that now because I just see a lot of selfish behavior from him. It's kind of like he's more focused on his feelings about sex than how Kimmy is actually feeling. And she's the one that just went through this big battle with breast cancer, And I know that I can't be wrong on that because everybody dragged Maurice. Everybody has dragged that man for how he has treated Kimmy during, her bout with the breast cancer. Remember the Fox Soul interview? I mean, I'm just saying, we all can't be lying. We all can't be making stuff up about Maurice. So Andrea says to Kimmy, well, maybe it is in your head, because if you don't feel good about yourself, then Kimmy then says, when she met Maurice, she always felt like he thought she was prettier than what she thought she was. I am very shocked to hear this about Kimmy because she's such an attractive, beautiful woman. But Kimmy, that's a problem. You have to feel good about yourself, and you have every right to feel good about yourself. You look good. That kind of tells me a little bit more about their dynamic. And it's just not good if he is controlling how you feel about yourself. It takes for him to say you're pretty. It takes for him, because then you are going to get all of your validation from him instead of the woman staring back at you that you never get away from. Okay? So you can't get your validation from him. So, and I never heard her talk like this throughout the seasons, or, like, I'm not even sure if we would have gotten this had she not, you know, had she not gotten breast cancer, because it just seemed like foreign. Was I by myself, guys? It's like, where is this coming from? Now I could see if you are doubting yourself on a physical level because you done went through, this battle with the breast cancer. You feeling insecure, I understand all of that. I really do. I really feel for her in regards to that. But yeah, is that why he's acting the way that he is, Kimmy, in your marriage? Because he's the one telling you you're this and you're that, and you're waiting to hear what he thinks? Like, it just makes you look at their marriage, and give it the side eye. And hell, we all been side eyeing for a while. Okay, so Kimmy begins talking about she has talked to some medical professionals, and they have always given their patients an antidepressant. As soon as they get diagnosed with breast cancer, because they know, what it can do to your mental health. Kimmy says she didn't really feel depressed. Kimmy also says she just doesn't feel pretty. You look beautiful. You look radiant, and it's like, how do you not know that, Kimmy? And you really don't want to, ladies, you don't ever want, you don't ever want to see your value from the man's vantage point, because that will give him the upper hand. That will make him feel like he can control you and you can be his puppet. And now we kind of see why, we kind of see a little bit more like why Kimmy and Maurice's marriage is playing out the way that it is, because of what she just said. That has a lot to do with it. Wow. So Andrea begins taking out these Kegel balls. It look kind of long, and then she has a rechargeable one. Kimmy says she uses the Yanni eggs, I guess, to keep her stuff tight, honey. I think that Kimmy needs to go to therapy, and kind of like, you could go to like a sex therapist to kind of get your feelings out there. I think she should do regular therapy. And child, I wouldn't be talking to Maurice about nothing until I talk to the therapist, because you want to go to him with a clear head. You don't want him programming you, Just my advice. So Andrea recommends that Kimmy do like a sexy photo shoot. I think that that'd be good. Didn't we see her doing that in the previews? So Kimmy plans on doing the sexy photo shoot. I guess the person that will be taking the pictures would be a woman. That'll probably be good, because then you don't have crazy ass horny ass Maurice taking over the photo shoot and making everything about him. And see, that's the narcissism right there. So Kimmy, girl, you got to do this for yourself. And her friend, I like that her friend said to her, this will really empower you. It empowered me to, feel good about myself, my body. And I think it's a good idea. So Andrea recommends that Kimmy goes to sex therapy with Maurice. I think that that's a good idea. Just like Andrea said, that way Maurice can hear her. Because if they are just by themselves talking, he will gaslight her, make her question and doubt her reality. He will act like he don't hear her. I didn't like that Kimmy has said that when she talks with Maurice, she's exhausted. That's not a good thing. I feel like you wouldn't be exhausted if you were paired with somebody that really respected your feelings. I told y'all a long time ago, I noticed that Maurice will lie by omission. He's just like his brother. They leave stuff out. They add stuff in. I knew he wasn't about shit when he was trying to move his son up here and get Kimmy to take care of him. Now, meanwhile, She's been a single parent for all these years to Jalen, and finally Jalen is grown and you put something else on her plate. So to me, that's just like, you don't want a wife, you want a slave. And then when you get your son here, you not spending no time with him, but you want to control everything. Okay? So ladies, y'all beware of that. The man that wants to control everything. Don't want to really do too much, but want to control stuff. But anyways, Kimmy mentioned, well, yeah, we should probably get back into therapy, because when the therapist says something, it's like a light bulb goes off and Maurice now can hear, what I've been trying to tell him. To me, like I said, I couldn't do it. Too much work. Too much work. You're going to be exhausted. You may end up with another illness from dealing with a man like that is not a helpmate. Okay? So that's why I preach and teach you guys the way that I do on this channel. I want you all to look out for self. You as a black woman, you as a woman, period, need to look out for self. Make sure you are taken care of. Because sometimes the people that's around us, they may not have our best interests at heart. They may not really be in tune with us. And you will experience, I feel, less disappointment when you make sure, your needs are met. Period. And I just feel like with Kimmy, it's just like, why are you even married to somebody you can't even communicate with? Like, what is the purpose? Isn't communication the foundation of a healthy marriage and relationship? Hopefully, Carlos grills Maurice about this stuff, honey, at the damn reunion. Hopefully, they lay into him, because he got some issues. It shouldn't take no damn therapist for you to get your damn shiggity together. You should be able to hear your woman when she speaks. And y'all out here, some of y'all out here judging Will and Jada. I just seen a conversation between them, and I almost cried, you guys, at how Will was like looking at Jada. He was like really listening to her. You could tell it's like in a man's eyes when he's like looking at you intently, not looking away. And I heard that Will had a issue, before Honey Jada got him together. Okay. I heard that, he wasn't that easy all the time to talk to, but after a while, he got where she was coming from. So Kimmy girl, you may need to put your foot down. Oh, also Andrea recommends that Maurice, get some therapy on his own. He needs to self-reflect. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. But one thing I didn't like with what she was saying, because Kimmy was agreeing with everything that she was saying, because Andrea was like, oh, he may not feel comfortable telling you. Oh, he felt very comfortable inviting his damn son at the last minute to live with him. He felt very comfortable trying to make Kimmy pick this boy up from school, cook dinner, and then she got to do the damn chores, and he didn't want to do it. He felt comfortable with all that going on. So, ladies, do not coddle men. I'm not at all telling you to treat them, like shiggity, honey. I'm not saying that. You want to be respectful. You want to watch your approach. But don't make excuses for men, because these niggas, they know what they doing. Okay, when they want to hear you, they will. And when they don't, but the problem with Kimmy is she's hearing him too much. And this is how we play ourselves in marriages and relationships. We over deliver while they underperform. And you don't never want to do that. So if you kind of notice he's not hearing you, then you don't need to hear what he wants. Okay, I know some of y'all like, yeah, but that's tit for tat, and no, and I'm going to be honest with you. There is a little tit for tat in life when teaching people things. Because sometimes you can be as nice as you can be with people when you are talking to them. You can have the best of intentions, but you'd be surprised how if you stop talking to them and do something in a way that makes them step up to the plate action wise, it can really change. Okay, it could really change that situation. So you want to change your approach. If talking to somebody is not working, I recommend doing something else. That way they get the damn point. Okay? And you can still get what you want. I told y'all if it was me, honey, I wouldn't be cooking. I wouldn't be cleaning. I would be leaving that nigga at the last minute and going out on a girls trip. Do for self. These niggas out on this show, they doing for themselves. Y'all need to do for y'all. Shit. So next, honey, we got this struggle commercial with Marceau and Tisha. I was bored out of my mind looking at them, like no chemistry. Tisha was all over the place because she's a performer. And you would think with her being a performer, you know, she would get the shit done in one take. Okay? Shit. But honey, I was just sick of both of them. It's just like, run away from me with this. Okay? Like, Marceau, you talk all that shit and you had to go through like 10 takes to get your damn lines right. Like, it was just sad, you guys. And I know the Holtz would have knocked that shit right on out. They really would have. Okay, even though Martell looks special, honey, I know that shit would have been done. It would have been more chemistry. It would have been more like camaraderie. It just would have felt like a united front. You know, and these two people, they can't even do that. You got Marceau looking down, looking away. He's not in tune with her. Okay? He's in tune with controlling her, but not in tune with her. Okay? And you can tell. Me and my son, like, we one takers, you know, we could get all this done in one take. Meanwhile, it took like 20. Shit. Child, I was just looking at Tisha and her imposter syndrome while she was speaking. I was like, girl, I don't believe nothing you saying. Yeah, join us so, you know, we can get a home for a kid. And do you even have a damn home? Shit, okay. Take care of home first before you try to build a home for somebody else. And I hope Carlos call all these fools out for all these damn scams. But yeah, get off my TV with this shit. I done had about enough of this. Okay, so next we got Marceau and Martell, and then we got Chris Fletcher. He is stopping by Martell's house to put the for sale sign. So Marceau and Martell, they are talking, and then Chris Fletcher, honey, he tells Martell he's going to put the signage in the yard, the for sale sign. And I was just like, child, hook-headed, if you don't get your big head ass up out these people's house, honey, okay? And hook-headed, talking to Chris, talking about, well, why you need to put a for sale sign and you already got people that's buying the house. And child, just get your ass out, Martell. So Marceau basically feels like Chris Fletcher embellished about, you know, what he was saying, you know, at their meeting with their wives, right? So he knows that Chris Fletcher then said, you know, ran back to Martell and, you know, told him some stuff. So it's like if you would stop talking about people, Marceau, in a disrespectful way, you wouldn't have to worry about clearing stuff up. Okay, big toenail head. Marceau congratulates Martell on the house and stuff that he's building, and you know, he tells Martell about the projects that he's working on. Martell gets to telling Marceau how Fletcher has been harassing him and trying to get him to move. He ain't harassing you, shit. Get your ass out. Did Martell lie? Cause why is he saying he need him a place to go? You already said you found a place. Like, which is it, nigga? Okay, old lying ass nigga. Child better be good. Miss Marlene, honey, she may cuss me out.
Don't talk about my boy. That boy can stay in that place for as long as he want to. Chris Fletcher don't own shit. My son is a good man. If it wasn't for him and Melody, my soul and Tisha wouldn't have shit. They need to keep their damn mouth shut. And ship me a bottle of that black champagne, cause y'all know I like to drink.
We know you like to drink like a fish. Okay. So when Fletcher gets in there, Marceau, he preps everything and begins saying that Chris Fletcher and Nell, they misconstrued everything that he was saying about the t-shirt business, and then Fletcher interrupted him. So Chris says, my wife asks, why y'all didn't want to pay the speakers to speak at the Black Expo? So Marceau tells Martell, well, I wanted to make sure that when we are speaking to people, and we are speaking to people without a platform, we're not speaking down onto them, and because we actually have a platform, which is why our business is successful. See, that's not true. And once again, you still taking a dig at Melody, because it doesn't matter if you are on these shows or not. Like, it's all about your work ethic, your business acumen. Do people like you? You have to be a natural, which you and your wife, y'all are not. Y'all can't even shoot a 2-minute commercial about joining y'all for another scam. Like, y'all couldn't even make that shit believable. Okay? And for Tisha to get in the damn scene and say, acting is hard. You shouldn't even really be acting. You should be able to be yourself and speak on this new business opportunity that you got. You should be able to do that. But child, this is what happens when you're not qualified to do the shit that you're doing, and you just copy off of people and you think the shit is so easy. See, copycats, they don't really understand, how much of a gift you have to get certain stuff done. Because certain stuff ain't just about your work ethic. It's about your talent, your gift. Do you even know what you possess? Do you even know how to use it, how to market it? Okay? Can you keep showing up with it? Okay? So yeah, Tisha, honey, she don't even know who she is. This nigga don't know who he is. I think he has an idea of how he wants to come across, but he hasn't thought it out. Because if he really would have thought out, who he is in the community up in Huntsville, he wouldn't have all these damn lawsuits. Okay? I have not heard about Martell having all these lawsuits. We know he a nigga out here in these streets, but we ain't heard about all this shiggity you got going on. I mean, I'm just saying. Martell, honey, he was looking good, honey, in that confessional. I gotta give it to you, hook-headed. Okay? You still wouldn't be able to get my drawers off, honey. Okay, because we don't deal with your kind. Okay, on the first floor, but I liked how he was defending Melody, and he was just saying that she's successful in all her businesses, no matter how long she's been doing them, and everything is a step. Yeah, everything that you do in life is a step. Before I had this show and was talking to you guys, I was at my mom's kitchen table with friends talking about love, sex, and relationships. So I've always did this. I just didn't do it, on this platform. So yeah, Martell is right. Everything, starts from a smaller idea first, and all of it is relevant to your journey of being an entrepreneur and, being successful. Whatever success is, for you, because success is different, honey, for everybody. The Scots think they successful. They multi-millionaires. But they being sued for millions. Okay, like, pay the people their money. Child, I was cracking up when Martell said that Marceau better watch out or he'll be back at that movie theater managing that mother. In them big suits. I know that's right. Can I get a popcorn with extra butter, Marceau? So this where this conversation got interesting. So Marceau says to Martell, well, tell me the last time you had a failure and it was in business. And Martell mentioned that, hell, when me and Melody was together, I don't remember many failures. Did y'all hear that? Nigga, you was winning. You was winning. You ain't started really taking L's until what? After her, where you had to file for bankruptcy. Okay, but I'm with Marceau, you didn't mention that at the Black Expo. You didn't mention to talk about your failures. And I think that talking about failures, I think that maybe Maurice talked about how he started out, but what I'm saying is Marceau never really, at least I didn't see it, guys, on camera, where he was like, yeah, really tell these people how you failed. Because I do think it's important to tell people how you failed before you succeeded. That way they know, oh, the journey is going to be hard and all I got to do is stay focused, stay disciplined, and continue to stay the course, because you are going to have times where you want to give up, you want to throw in the towel. And so I really do feel like they should have did more of that at the Black Expo. So Marceau ends up saying, well, I never had an issue bringing up my bankruptcy. Now, even with that, he's being shady towards Martell and trying to take a dig at him like, well, nigga, you did have a failure in business because you had to file for bankruptcy. And Martell was like, at one point, you didn't want to talk about your bankruptcy until I started talking about mine. I believe that, because my thing is this, Marceau, you got all these damn court cases. Why the hell you not talking about this on the show? Why you not really talking about what y'all really going through instead of I don't know, trying to pour syrup on shit and tell us it's pancakes, honey. Y'all do y'all see what I'm saying? Him and Tisha, it's like they are not for real. And that's why nobody really takes them seriously. Okay? Because I'm with Martell and Melody. Let's talk about these fraud cases that y'all got. Talk about that. Martell mentioned that Marceau is full of it and he talks just to hear himself. Walks away, drops the mic. That's what that man does. Period. Marceau don't want to hear that coming from Martell because he has reduced Martell to a man that has cheated on his wife and produced a child. Did y'all notice at the end of this scene, he had invited Martell to the Black Casino night and, oh, are you going to need a shuttle for you and your harem of women? And it's the jokes, the jabs that he throws. And that's why Kiki is not here for him and Tisha's shit. That's why she's going to call them out and child, it's going to go haywire. But yeah, that's what Marceau does. It's this smugness. Let me say this. Let me say that. He ain't gonna catch on. This nigga done cheated on his wife. He had a beautiful wife. He messed everything up. Yeah, he did, Marceau, but that's his cross to bear. You don't need to judge him for that, because your shit with your wife, to me, it ain't no better than what they doing. There's no partnership. Y'all are not teammates. You basically are deciding everything. You don't give a damn about how Tisha feel about business and even y'all personal life. This woman had to beg you to take her out on dates, to get up to say a few kind words. Dude. Marceau says to Martell, that's another reason why I wouldn't allow you on stage to speak, and that's why I wouldn't pay you, because you can't really recall the times where you were down. He was down on his luck after that divorce. Why don't you bring that to the forefront? Why don't you talk to him about that, but you didn't do that. You figured you throw a jab. Well, I don't mind mentioning my bankruptcy. I don't. Do you see what I'm saying? It's such a narcissist that does that, because they have to skate around. They have to insult you, right? They have to insult you. They have to put you down, lift themselves up, and they will do it in such a way, in a gaslighting way, making you question and doubt your reality. And it's funny though, because both these niggas are narcissists. Okay, but in this scene, I was Team Martell though, because I just felt like he really could have shook the table with Marceau. Like, nigga, if it wasn't for me and my ex, like, where would you and Tisha be? Like, seriously, we didn't put y'all in our house, gave y'all a vehicle to drive. All the business stuff y'all doing now with y'all daughters, Melody is already over there doing it, and she already, what did Melody tell Tisha? Since you've known me, I've always had it together. Like, Melody, when she said that to Tisha, she said that for a reason. Like, bitch, don't try to make it look like just because my husband has stepped out on me, I don't have my shit together professionally. Those are two different things. But see, when you're dealing with a woman like Tisha that suffers from internalized misogyny, Melody's value doesn't mean anything in business. It just matters how Martell is treating her. And Marceau is definitely Tisha's husband in that regard, because when he tries to jab at Martell, it's always the personal life. It's always, yeah, but you cheated and you did this and you, do you see what I'm saying? Both of those Scotts, they minimize the Holtz. And they feel like, yeah, but y'all may have did all this in business, but y'all didn't stay married. Where's Scope now? I got it. It was in the negative when he invited you on, nigga. You didn't invite him. Okay? It was in the negative. I turned it around. You were supposed to. You did what you were supposed to do. Now you want credit for it? You want a cookie, nigga? I know Martell was like, what is up with you and your wife? Even Tisha tried to call him out for that. Yeah, but when we got the company, how did you get it? Through Martell and Melody. Miss Van was helping y'all too. Y'all gotta really watch out for people that, like, this whole scene is a gaslighting session. And that's what revisionist historians do. They will gaslight stuff. You want to know how many times I've had people tell me what happened with a person, meanwhile they was not there. Okay, this is in my personal life. I've had it pop up in business. I had a manager telling me what happened on my shift, and I ended all of that by asking one question. I said, was you there? I don't remember you being there. Were you like a fly on the wall and I didn't see you? Oh, no, I wasn't there. Well, I need you to shut the fuck up then. Okay? Be quiet. That's all you got to do with these people. Because gaslighting, you guys, I don't care how innocent the person is, it's real. People will really try to rewrite history to support their subjective bias on any particular situation. I had some woman telling me about what happened with me and her man. I said, was you jumping up and down in the bed with us? Well, no, I wasn't there. He has said, shut your weak ass up. You was not there. So I'm going to need you to have a tall glass of shut the hell up. You was not there. So, bitch, you're not going to talk me out of my reality. Not on today you won't, and not ever. Okay? People like to be like, yeah, he said and she said, were you there? That's all you need to ask them. Were you there? They'll say no, and then they have no choice but to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and get back to work. Marceau says to Martell he's never heard of Martell or Melody talking about their failures. He's never heard them. Did you ask them to do that? You're failing right now and you're not talking about it, okay? What happened with Zen Garden? What happened with the business lady? What happened with the barber? What happened with all these other people? You got the most shit out there, but you got the most to say, Marceau. You are a true definition of a hypocrite. And I am so glad Kiki is about to drag they ass, honey. Come on, sis. I love Kiki. I love it. I love an articulate woman. I love it. I love her. Did y'all hear what Marceau said? Yeah, you talk about your failure in marriage. Well, his marriage was a business, idiot, that he messed up. Did you ever look at it like that, big toenail head? Did y'all hear what Martell said? When me and Melody was married, we didn't have many failures. We was on top. They wanted to be us. He talking about the the knots. And y'all will never be. Martell, you could have shut down the whole scene, like shut the cameras off. Because my nigga, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be able to be on this show to promote your business, to gaslight everybody. Like, Love and Marriage Huntsville is Martell and Melody's show. And I'm not changing up on that, because the rest of these people, they're not that interesting. They're not. Did y'all hear when Martell and Marceau was talking and Marceau gaslit Martell, and Martell said, hey, we brought you into Scold. Are you talking about the name of the company? Why would he say you brought him into a name of a company? He's talking about the company. What you talking about? Property preservation? Ain't that what they got you started with? Ain't that what Melody said? This is how he's like gaslighting, and he's like lying. He's lying. Then he gaslights some more and he says, but Martell, we were friends. It does not matter. He did for you, my nigga. And here's the biggest gaslight. Martell, this man is not your friend. Because as soon as you hear a so-called friend say, well, did I do more for you or did you do more for me? It's not a competition. You say that to Martell, but then, a few minutes earlier, well, we were friends, so you didn't technically do for me. But why do you need to measure what you did for him versus what he did for you? Why is it okay for you, Marceau, but not Martell? You done lost your mind. And Chris Fletcher knows that there is something wrong with Marceau. He's delusional. Damn, ugh. Marceau said the SCO account was negative. Chris Fletcher said, why? Marceau says because it was bad business. I don't believe that. Because when I hear from Martell, Melody, and Miss Van, they were all like contributed to that and had people, to help out with that business. So shut up, Marceau. He's a true narcissist because this is what they try to do. They try to make themselves the hero in every situation that they are in. Okay? So watch out for that. If it wasn't for me, I'm the one that did it. If it wasn't for me taking it over, if it wasn't for me. Martell says from the beginning he told Marceau he's not going to be out here working the way that Marceau works, which means he was going to be more of an investor and probably take on other projects. Now, the people on Facebook made it look like, see, Martell just don't want to work. No, he is working. Y'all, that went over your head. You don't have to be somewhere all the time if you got other shit to do. And if you are helping this nigga out, he was supposed to take the baton and run with it and fix everything. He was supposed to do that. Now he wants to brag about what he was supposed to do. Him and his wife. Make it make sense. I'm with Martell, and I believe Martell because Martell said this. I'm done talking about it. And I know me, when I'm done talking about something, I'm not going to sit up and like keep having this dumb argument with you about what I did for you. When you are choosing to see me a certain way, you're not choosing to give me props and credit for what I contributed to your life. I didn't have to do that. So he was the one that wanted to throw in the towel, because it's like, I'm just done with this. You see stuff a certain way, and you feel like shit, you the reason why, you and Tisha, y'all feel like y'all the reason why y'all got on this show. And I hear some people saying, yeah, but if it wasn't for them inviting the Scotts on, and no. Okay. Carlos told the Holtz it's easier to get an ensemble on. So do you have any friends? That was no shade towards the Holtz. It was just, hell, if we want a show, we're going to have to do it this way. Period. Well, they needed them, and it ain't so much of a need when you are my friend, and shit, we all are in business together. We might as well. Look, we inviting you on for the ride, but see, guess what? If it wasn't for Melody and Martell and their storylines for them first 3 to 4 seasons, where would we be at? Okay, what has Marceau and Tisha contributed on the level? What have they brought to the show on the level of a Melody and Martell? Because they don't have no chemistry. They don't have the united front. They don't have that. They don't, like, come on. That's why they both was happy when Martell destroyed the marriage. They was happy. It was a win for them. Watch out for people like that. They feel like the only time they can win is when you lose. That's a loser. Marceau, what the have you given me? I love it, Martell. I love it. I love when he said that. So Marceau asked Martell, have I ever loaned you money? Martell said, from a job. I don't even care to get into it. The fact that your big head ass is on this damn show, he gave you the world, God damn it. And I'm done with it. I'm about sick of both of you big head ass niggas. Okay, I am on to the next, because I can see that Martell has did more for you, big toenail head, and you are ungrateful, and you are one of them people. It's just like with Duchess and C's. Shout out to Caesar from Black Ink, honey. Okay. What did Caesar say about Duchess? If you was to ask her who helped her get to where she is, she would say that she did everything by herself. And that was false. And Duchess used to always do that. No, I got pretty in pink. You got pretty in pink, girl, because of Black Ink. Yes, you worked for it, but it took Caesar's name for you to get to where you was going. There's nothing wrong, guys, with giving people their props, giving people credit for helping you out. And Caesar, he had mentioned he used to stay up and draw with Duchess so she would get better, and so y'all could take it or leave that, but that's what it reminded me of, because I've like I said, I've lived this, so it's like really frustrating dealing with these type of people. So Marceau invites Chris and Martell to the Black Casino night, honey, and that's all she wrote, honey. So next we got Melody and Kiki. When I seen Melody and them damn legs, I was like, legs, and more legs. Come on, girl, and do it. She looked good. I was like, damn, Melody. Woo, child. That is a tall drink of water, honey. I'm sure Martell, honey, he's somewhere having a fit, honey, okay? Because he will not be able to, get in between them anytime soon, honey, okay? Put 4 babies up in her, okay?
Everybody knows that the newest poppin' thing in Huntsville is Mid-City.
So Kiki comes in giving Melody a hug and saying Melody's phrase, honey, absolutely. So Melody got to asking,
yeah, Kiki, you wasn't at the baby reveal.
And then Kiki got to saying, well, you know, I wanted to come. I wanted to come. I wanted to be there. So Melody ends up mentioning, well, you sure? Because you and Tiffany, you know, y'all got your little thing going on. And that damn Kiki, honey, looking like she done came out of the witness protection program. She says, oh, I would never be cowardice. Oh, I would always show up. Oh, I know you ain't no coward. The way that damn drink landed on Tisha, we know you ain't no punk. Okay? I love me some Kiki, honey. Yes. So Kiki gets to telling Melody how she has to, you know, get some more tests ran to figure out what's exactly wrong with her. So Kiki asks Melody what she been up to.
I've been enjoying life and, living, taking care of the kids.
Melody tells Kiki about the town hall meeting that Kimmy set up. That way everybody can give their opinions and suggestions on what could make the Black Business Expo better, next year. And Melody talked about the tension between Marceau and Stormy, and it was really thick. Kiki says she didn't know there was tension between Marceau and Stormy like that. Kiki mentioned that Stormy told her that Marceau was being real cheap and asking people for money at the expo, honey, at the last minute. Melody says she can't believe that two multi-millionaires would have that type of tension over a measly $100. Kiki said that Stormy just simply felt a way about how Marceau came at her. She didn't have an issue with the money. It was how he came at her and when it was done at the last minute. Because him and his wife, honey, are scammers, okay? Kiki begins mentioning how Marceau be trying to play in people's face and, he's very, sarcastic. He's condescending. Melody know how that fool is. Kiki mentions that she has noticed a different side out of Marceau ever since he's had a taste of money and fame. Kiki notices that Marceau has a huge disregard of anybody's thoughts and feelings, honey. Yeah, even his wife. Kiki mentions he is always joking at other people's expense, and when the joke is on him, honey, it's not that funny.
Are you and Tisha at least in a better place?
Kiki said, honey, she thought so. Kiki says lately it seemed like they've been moving backwards.
Why you say that?
Kiki says, honey, there are rumors going around that Marceau had an affair. So Kiki tells Melody that one night when Marceau was out at a club, he had an affair, had a threesome with two women. Ooh. That's what Melody said, honey. But anyways, honey, that's all she wrote, honey. That's all I got, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.